Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification. Please subscribe and be able to help this small content creator. So let me just start by saying Casey and his Captain Save a Whole arc is pissing me the F off because him trying to make all those islanders choose Sol just because he wants to explore Sol. How many days did he have to do that? Especially after him and Anaya were on not talking, like they were not talking. Why didn't he pull like Sol and actively explore her then? Why was he moving around the island like a lost puppy? Because if you wanted to explore her that much, that was the opportunity. That was the opportunity to get to know her. But no. And then for you to pull Sol for a chat and then use Bryce as a buffer, you think I ain't smart? I saw that shit a mile away. Because the way you went to the coach and sat close to her and then realized it and then pushed yourself back so that you left some space, like you ain't slick. And that's the reason why I knew you saying that you would explore like Sol for those islanders to vote for Sol to stay was bullshit, because I know you were never going to explore Sol with Anaya there. The only way you are ever going to explore another connection is at Kasamo when Anaya is not there, because you are not an honest, genuine man. You are not. You are fake as hell. And Sincere is the dirtiest. But at least, even if he hides what he's doing, at least people know what he's doing. But you on the other end, I feel like Casey is going to be one of those people that can be able to have two different families in two different states, and both of them will never know until the day he dies. He's giving me that energy. Even in the same city, he can have the same family in the same city, and both of them will never know, and both of them will feel like they're the center of their lives or of his life. They will never know that shit until the day he dies. He's giving me that energy now. And for Sol, girl, please shut up. Shut up. Because how dare you move around the island screaming on top of your voice how Sincere ain't shit and how Sincere lied to you and how Sincere did this. When you got to the villa, you basically took him out of the couple that he was in and just didn't take him, because there is no problem with you taking him. It's how you took him. You were on some sneaky shit. And because Cecilia was a lying, cheating, manipulating us on Melanie, you had no problem with it. It was okay with you. But when the table stand and now he was a lying, manipulative, cheating shit on you, now he's not honest. Now he's not sincere. And that's the problem I have with side bitches, to be honest. Because for some reason, they always feel like they are special. They always feel like when a man gets them on some sneaky, hiding, stupid shit way, they feel like, okay, I'ma change him. I'm special. He just didn't know how to break up with the other situation, and that's why he approached me this way. But now that he's with me, he's never going to do that shit. You are not special, Sol. You're not special. And you brought this all to yourself because you made that man know that he could play the tit for tat games with you. You let that man know that you are the right one for him to teach Melanie a lesson. Because what that man did basically put a damper in whatever Melanie is ever going to do in that house. Melanie is going to go to Kasamo. She is going to be afraid as hell to explore. While Sincere will be living his best life, because Melanie now sees that if she's going to take it to 50, Cynthia is going to take it to 100 and hell. Up there. Because Cynthia has basically shown Melanie that I'm the wrong one. He has just humbled Melanie. So you are just a pawn. And don't act dumb and pretend like you didn't know you were a pawn, because that man was hiding you. He was hiding your kisses. The only time he could either kiss you is either you are at Speakeasy or at Salters or under the covers. Look at the way he was kissing on Melanie at the middle of the kitchen in front of everyone. So yeah, girl, bye. So let's go to Zach. Zach ain't shit. Zach ain't shit because, again, how do you go around and act like the head bitch in charge and then start acting like you are one of the strongest couple? Like, I feel like Zach is pretending to be the king of the jungle. I feel like he's pretending to be the one that has the most say, has the most power, he's the king. And he's acting like he wants to move at different points, because when he saw Bryce and Trinity connect, and he knew, okay, last year Nick and Olandria were one of the biggest couple, and he feels like maybe probably the rest thing also played a thing. So he was so into making sure that Bryce and Trinity don't end up together. And that's why in the first episode he was saying, I like a woman with dark features. No, just say I like a black woman. And I feel like a black woman will be beneficial to me to getting the 100K and finally becoming a big shot. And then with Casey and Anaya, he saw that Casey and Anaya were so strong. And he was like, you know what? These people might be so strong, like Cordell and Serena, and finally win this thing. So I have to separate them so that I only leave space for me and Kayda. And if you haven't noticed, the Zach that is on during prime time, and I mean prime time when I mean that they know that they're being filmed or Ariana Madix is there, is a different Zach when he doesn't know what segments production is going to air. Because when he knows that all cameras are on all the islanders and they're all at the same spot, he's closed off with Kayda. He's so in love, so happy. I can see a life out of here. I want to frame, when we get married, I want to frame this letter. He's on that type of shit. But when he doesn't know that this party is going to air, he's I want to explore Kayda. I want some bombshells to come. Miss us with your fake shit. Now, who next haven't I talked about? I've talked about Sol, I've talked about Casey, I've talked about Jen. Jen is a blonde. Jen is a blonde because, again, she's not trustworthy, she's not loyal, she's not real, she's fake as hell. And for her to talk to Caleb and tell Caleb that Kenzie is just on a physical type of shit with Corbin, and then goes and tell Kenzie that she has never seen Kenzie that happy, that Kenzie should explore Corbin, that she's being done dirty, and that they have a genuine connection, and then go to Sol when Sol is telling them that Cynthia is giving her pet names, that she's so happy, that it's so peaceful. Her telling Sol that I've never seen Cynthia that happy, that Cynthia is so peaceful. This is exactly what Cynthia needed, and so on and so forth. And for Sol to come back to you and say how Cynthia has done her shitty and how she's so mad at Cynthia and this and this and that, and you saying that I didn't like him from the beginning, he's not a very honest person. I don't want friends like that. Friends like that are enemies. Friends that will tell you exactly what you want to hear and then go behind your back and say like the worst things possible. Because for me, for her to say that Kenzie is just a physical thing with Corbin and basically like down their connection to just schmecks, when this girl has already told you how she feels about Corbin, that's some snake ass shit. That is enemy 101. It's like Saul's friend coming online to say how pure Saul is and saying every single bad thing that she has to go through and how her family doesn't give a shit about her. That's exactly the type of energy Jen is on. Is she Jennifer or whatever her name is? Jen is on. Now, Bryce, I loved Bryce. I loved Bryce because at least for the first moment, I actually saw Bryce being very emotional through like this process, that I actually realized that he actually can express himself. He actually can be deep. The fact that I didn't like it was because after that, he went on the confessional and said that they're just friends and they are building to it. And that makes me realize that, you know what, I feel like the only thing that Bryce is waiting for is someone to pick him, because he wanted Kayda and Kayda didn't pick him. He tried again after he felt like, okay, Kayda has now spent some time with me. She probably knows me now, so she probably might find me interesting. And for Kayda to still say no, I'm feeling like Bryce is waiting for a woman whereby that woman actually picks him. And if that woman picks him and it's not Trinity, he'll be gone. I feel like he'll be gone. Who else? Corbin ain't shit because Corbin ain't shit. And I'm so pissed that he's still in the island. But I'm also happy. You know why I'm happy? Because I feel like he's going to play Kenzie dirty. And I like that. I like that because Kenzie feels like she's on a roll. Kenzie feels like she's special. Kenzie feels like she on the island is the most desirable. She should be the one who has men flocking around her. Like she's special just because she can do a split. Just because she can do a split in a heartbeat, girl, bye. So I'm waiting for that. And I want it to happen when Kenzie is looking at it. I don't want it to happen on some Casa More shit because I hear there is a bombshell coming. So I want it to happen then. And even if it happens on some Casa More shit and she gets back, I want her to actually see Corbin, form a genuine connection with someone else. And I don't like Corbin. For her to realize that she's not special. And for her to come up with that shit, like trying to make it look like it was so hard for her to pick, when she was one of the fastest writers of that letter. Like, it didn't take her time. She didn't question the shit. It didn't take her time. She was quickly writing when the girls were still wondering like what words they were going to put and contemplating whether they should ask producers for like ChatGPT. Kenzie was almost done with her letter. And then for her to say like Caleb's letter was so emotional, like she's hurt, she's hope he's doing okay, and then not call Caleb first and call Corbin first, and then she basically wanted to be under Corbin's skin. Was it Speak Easy? I think. Because if you were so disappointed, like so sad and this, and you felt this way, you could have called Caleb first. You could have called Caleb first and explained the whole situation and so on and so forth. But after you did all the nasty, there with Corbin, and then thought, okay, now let me go pull Caleb for a chat and tell him that I want to be friends. How the hell do you want to be friends with Caleb after you had already decided on the amount of kids you want to have, their names, the color of your rug, like how your house, how many bedrooms you should have? Like, girl, please. That man was already trying to calculate like the number of wood that he's supposed to buy for that house. He was already trying to figure out the suppliers, where he was going to get his nails, where the like he was already trying to figure out how many he needed to be able to help him like build that house. And then for you to come up with some bullshit saying that you want to be friends, girl, please, bye. In other news, I'm happy that Gabriel is leaving, and I called it because I said I wanted either Gabriel first and then Beatrice, and then I got Beatrice first and then I got Gabriel next, and then I said I wanted Saul and Caleb out. So I'm getting Saul, so I'm definitely getting Caleb next, because you know what? Caleb is not going to explore with anyone else unless it's a blonde bitch. And if production does bring someone blonde, he is going to stick there just because she's blonde. Unless they bring another blonde, then he can probably say, okay, you know what? Let me rotate to the other blonde. So other than that, I am happy. And I feel like he will be now contented with Jen, because Jen is a blonde. So unless another blonde comes, he's not letting go of Jen. So we can take them both out. So I'm happy about that. I'll get 2 for 2. Because right now things are going my way. And I'm so happy about it. America, you are the shit. Like, America. I can't wait to get my visa. Find me a 90-day fiance contestant so that I can come there. America is the shit. I don't want to hear anything about America, any bad thing about America from today onwards, until they piss me off, that is. But I don't want to hear about anything bad about America, because America is the most beautiful, amazing country I have ever seen in the entire world. And I'm serious about that shit. So yeah, if you've gotten to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Turn on the post notification. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share this video. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.